Part 1. What is energy and why should you care? You wake up feeling exhausted even though you slept 8 hours. You walk into the kitchen and the silence feels heavy. You think it's just stress, or lack of money, or maybe bad luck. But there's something deeper going on. It's called energy, not just the kind that lights up your house. I'm talking about the force that shapes how you feel, how people react to you, and how opportunities come or don't come your way. Every part of your life connects to this invisible force. Think about it like the beat of a song. A slow, sad song makes your body slump. Your face looks down. Your thoughts turn dark. A fast, happy song makes you move your shoulders. Your eyes brighten. You feel lighter. That's energy. Your body, your thoughts, your emotions, all create a kind of signal. Other people pick it up even if they don't know it. When your energy is high, you draw good things. Energy is your personal frequency, like a radio station. If you're tuned to a good station, you hear music that lifts you up. If you're on the wrong station, all you get is static. Most people think success is all about working hard, but hard work alone doesn't explain why two people work the same hours and one gets rich while the other stays stuck. The missing piece is energy. Science backs it up. Physicists discovered everything in the universe is made of tiny particles. These particles move. They vibrate. That vibration is energy. Your chair, your phone, your body, your thoughts, all vibrate at certain speeds. Lower vibrations feel heavy. Higher vibrations feel light. This isn't some mystical idea. It's real physics. But let's talk about what this means for your real life. Picture a coworker who always complains. They gossip. They talk about later. Now think of someone who smiles at you. They say you're doing great. They talk about new ideas. How do you feel? Lighter, motivated, safe. That's high energy. Your brain and body change depending on who you're around. Cortisol rises with negativity. Stress tightens your muscles. You feel tired. High energy makes your brain release feel-good chemicals. You breathe deeper. You think clearer. That's why some people succeed faster. They keep their energy clean. They watch who they hang out with. They protect their mind. They focus on solutions, not problems. Energy decides how people see you. If your energy is anxious, people feel uneasy. If your energy is calm and certain, people trust you. Energy also affects money. Imagine two business owners. One believes the world is full of chances. They think money flows easily. They talk with confidence. They ask for what they want. They see rejection as no big deal. Their energy is strong. They worry people will judge them. They talk with hesitation. They expect failure. Their energy is weak. Guess who closes more deals? It's not just skill, it's energy. Money likes certainty. People trust certainty. Your energy shapes your future. This isn't magic. It's psychology. People sense your mood in seconds. Facial expressions, voice tone, words you use, all carry signals. Think about your home. When you walk in, does it feel open or heavy? Your environment holds energy too. Music, smells, lighting, furniture, they all change how you feel. A messy room drains you. Clean spaces lift you. Even the news you watch changes your energy. Negative news lowers your vibe. Positive stories raise it. Energy is everywhere. In people, in places, in words. Your job is to choose which energy you accept. Most never think about it. They go through life on autopilot. They wonder why nothing changes. The passive path teaches you to take control. It's about choosing your frequency. High energy living means you protect your time. Speak words of belief. Let go of angry people. Look for good in small things. Keep learning new ideas. That's how you tune your life like a radio dial. If you stay tuned to low energy, you'll keep getting static. If you raise your energy, your whole world shifts. So ask yourself, what station are you on right now? Because your energy is building the life you see. Stick around. Next, you'll discover how your inner world shapes every dollar you earn, every friend you... What if the world you see around you is not random? What if everything from your mood to your paycheck starts with energy? Not the energy you get from coffee, the deeper kind. The one you carry in your thoughts, your emotions, your frequency. Let's break this down without the fluff. You've probably heard someone say good vibes only, but have you ever stopped to ask what that actually means? Every object, every person, every thought vibrates. That's not spiritual talk. That's physics. Einstein gave us the clue. E equals sign mc squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Translation? Everything is energy. Even the chair you're sitting on is just slowed down energy. So is your body. So is your mood. So is your money. Think about it. You walk into a room and feel tension. No one said a word, but your body reacts. That's vibration. You meet someone and you listen to a sad song and suddenly remember your worst heartbreak. Vibration. You blast an upbeat track and your foot starts tapping. Still vibration. The frequency of everything around you interacts with your own. Low frequencies make you feel heavy, tired, anxious. High frequencies lift you, energize you, make you move. This isn't opinion. It's how humans function. Your emotions are frequencies. Fear is slow, anger is slower, shame is the slowest, love is fast, gratitude is even faster. Joy? Highest of all. Every single thing you feel has a tone, a speed, a signature, and that signal affects what you attract. If your dominant vibe is frustration, what do you think you're drawing in? More frustration? More delays? More fights? It's not superstition, it's resonance. A tuning fork vibrating at one pitch will pull another into harmony or dissonance. The same happens with people, opportunities, and events. This is why some people they've learned, consciously or not, to tune themselves. They don't fight the noise, they switch frequencies. At the passive path, this is where real change begins. Not with hustle, not with hacks, with your internal signal. When you shift it, your life shifts. The job finds you. The idea clicks. The right people show up. It's not magic, it's matching energy. So here's the first question to ask yourself. What energy am I broadcasting right now? Now ask this. Is that the same energy I want to receive? If not, don't force the outside world to change. Change the station inside. Keep going. Because in the next part, we'll uncover how the people in your... Not everyone in your life is on your side. Not because they hate you, but because their energy is heavy, slow, sticky. Some people carry light. Others carry fog. When you're around them, you feel off. Your chest tightens. Your mind dulls. You second-guess your wins. You apologize for things you didn't do. That's not random. That's energetic mismatch. We've all met someone who walks into a room and everything brightens. They don't say much, but the air changes. Then there's the opposite. The person whose presence feels like a weight. You feel more tired after 5 minutes with them than you do after a full workday. This isn't about being introverted or extroverted. It's about emotional charge. Some people emit, some people absorb, some give light, some take it. That's the difference between high vibration and low vibration people. A high vibe person lifts you just by being. They don't need to motivate you. They are the motivation. A low vibe person with energy. And if you're not careful, you start to match them. You drop your standards, you gossip more, you doubt yourself. You get sick more often, you eat worse, your sleep worsens. Energy doesn't just affect mood, it affects biology. Stress from toxic relationships raises cortisol. Chronic cortisol lowers immunity. You age faster, you think slower, you lose your glow. This is why it's dangerous to stay around draining people too long. Even if you love them, even if they're family, energy doesn't care about titles. It responds to truth. At the passive path, we don't tell you to cut people off blindly, but we do tell you to observe. Ask yourself, do I feel stronger or weaker after spending time with this person? Do I feel seen or invisible? Do I shrink or expand? Not everyone who says they love you actually nourishes you. Some people love from fear, not from freedom. And fear is low frequency. If someone's love makes you feel smaller, it's not love, it's attachment. And attachment clings. It doesn't flow. This is how you start separating healthy energy from toxic energy. Not by judging, but by feeling. Your nervous system always knows. Start listening. Because in the next section, we'll talk about the subtle signs that show you're surrounded by low vibe influence. Low energy doesn't always announce itself. It creeps in, quiet, polite, familiar. You might not notice it at first, but over time you start feeling heavier, more drained, more reactive, more confused. Here are the subtle signs. You wake up already tired. You dread small interactions. You cancel plans often, even ones you were excited about. You feel like nothing moves forward, no matter how hard you try. You keep thinking about old arguments or mistakes. Your space feels cluttered, even when it's clean. You feel watched, judged, or unappreciated. You try to motivate yourself, but it never sticks. You bounce between distractions, scrolling, snacking, binge watching. These are symptoms of what? Of an energy leak. And most leaks don't come from you. They come from your environment. Let's be specific. That crowded subway ride where everyone looks defeated. That group chat full of complaints and gossip. That podcast you keep listening to. That background music full of heartbreak and regret. That friend who only calls to dump problems, never to share joy. That workspace where everyone's exhausted, cynical, or sarcastic. That news feed full of fear, war, chaos, and outrage. Every one of these is input. Every input affects your frequency. And if most of your daily input is negative, your output can't rise. Think of it like audio. If you feed a speaker low-quality sound, it distorts. Same with you. Low-energy input creates a low-energy experience, and eventually a low-energy life. This isn't about avoiding reality. It's about choosing your signal. Not every voice deserves your attention. Not every platform deserves your presence. Not every vibe deserves your energy. At The Passive Path, we protect our energy like our bank account, because it is your real wealth. Energy is what you trade for everything. Time, attention, effort, love, money. So why spend it on... Start tracking how you feel after everything you consume. Not just food, content, music, conversations, spaces. Does this lift me? Does this drain me? Does this align with where I want to go? If the answer is no, even a soft no, cut the cord. Your frequency is your foundation. And in the next part, we'll explore how to raise that frequency. You want to raise your energy? Start with what you consume. Not just food, everything. Words, images, sounds, people, places. All of it affects your frequency. If your input is negative, your output will be flat. Or worse, chaotic. The first step is subtraction. Remove what drags you down. Turn off the news. Mute gossip. Unfollow sad music. Delete the app that drains your mood. Stop watching things that make you feel powerless. That's not ignorance. That's hygiene. Mental hygiene. Spiritual hygiene. Emotional hygiene. Without it, your internal space gets infected. Now add, but add with care. Start your day with silence or music that lifts. Spend time outside, even if it's 5 minutes. Listen to voices that speak growth, not fear. Read books that expand your thinking. Move your body, even gently. Clean your room. Open your windows. Speak kindly to yourself, even when no one's watching. These are simple actions, but they shift your state. When you raise your state, you stop chasing. You start attracting. You stop begging. You start deciding. Back in college, I ran a small experiment. Everyone took the crowded subway to school. I stopped. I took a cab instead. It cost more, but it gave me space. Silence. Time to listen to audiobooks. Time to breathe. That small shift created a ripple. More ideas, more confidence, more focus. Soon after, I started my first company. Not because of money, but because I raised my environment. That's how the passive path began. By choosing energy over excuses. By spending small to grow big. You don't need perfect conditions. You need aligned energy. When your inputs shift, your outputs do too. You stop saying I can't. You start saying I'm ready. And the world begins to respond. In the next part, we'll talk about how choosing the right... You become like the people you spend time with. Not just in habits, in energy, in thinking, in speech, in results. If you hang around people who complain all day, you'll start complaining. If you spend time with people who build things, you'll start building. If your friends gossip, you'll lower your standards. If your circle reads, grows, and executes, you'll rise with them. This isn't motivational fluff, it's neurological reality. Your brain mirrors what it sees. It copies tone, emotion, belief, mood. That's how culture spreads. That's how patterns form. This is why you must be careful who you allow near your energy. Some people are light switches. Others are power drains. Some walk in and brighten the space. Others walk in and pull the life out of it. You already know who's who. You've felt it. Your body always tells you. You feel calm or tense. You feel safe or alert. You feel seen or dismissed. Don't ignore that data. Energy, they're just lost, confused, stuck. But it's not your job to fix them. You can love people from a distance. You can care without sacrificing your peace. If you constantly feel the need to help or rescue someone, step back. That's not love. That's self-abandonment. Choose people who recharge you, not ones who deplete you. People who clap when you win. People who challenge you to grow. People who hold high standards for themselves and for you. At the passive path, we call this upgrading your circle, not just socially, energetically, because your future is a reflection of your environment. Hang out with action takers, you'll take action. Hang out with doubters, you'll doubt yourself. Hang out with winners, you'll stop apologizing for wanting more. Choose people who already live in the energy you want to live in. Not just people who talk about it, not just people who seem nice. Nice doesn't mean aligned. Some of the most draining people smile. Watch how people respond to pressure, not just how they post. Watch how they treat others, not just how they treat you. You're not judging, you're discerning. Your future is too important to hand over to low-frequency relationships. And in the next part, we'll break down how blaming others keeps you stuck. Blame is a trap. It feels good for a moment, then it keeps you stuck. You blame your parents, your boss, the economy, the system, but nothing changes, because blame does not create, it only explains. And even then it's not accurate. Your outer world is shaped by your inner state. If your relationships are chaotic, look inward. If your finances are a mess, look inward. If your health is falling apart, look inward. Not to punish yourself, to reclaim control. At the passive path, we don't do victimhood. We do responsibility, not guilt, ownership. Because when you own your energy, you own your results. Most people don't change because they keep waiting for someone else to move first. Their partner, their boss, their friend, their timing. It never comes. You have to go first. Shift your inner world, and your outer world adjusts. Think of your life like a movie. You're the screenwriter. But if you don't edit the script, you keep getting the same scenes. Same fears, different faces, same patterns. Break the loop by taking responsibility for your frequency. Don't say they made me feel this way. Say I let that energy in. Now you have power. Now you can make changes. You can walk away. You can set boundaries. You can rewire your beliefs. You can upgrade your inputs, and you can do it without waiting for permission. Nothing shifts until you do. Nothing changes until you change how you vibrate. Your thoughts are signals. Your emotions are fuel. Your patterns are programming. Shift the signal, and the entire broadcast transforms. You're not stuck. You're repeating, and repetition ends when you interrupt the loop. Start now, because in the next part, we'll walk through practical tools to help you stay in a high frequency. Staying high frequency isn't about being happy all the time. It's about returning to your center. Even when life shakes you, you need tools, not just ideas, habits that anchor you. Here's what works. Start your day with silence, even 5 minutes. No phone, no noise, just breath. Drink water before caffeine. Your brain needs hydration more than stimulation. Move your body early. Stretch, walk, breathe deep. Set the tone before the world sets it for you. Choose your inputs carefully. Avoid scrolling first thing. Avoid news that spikes fear. Avoid people who dump stress on you before noon. Protect your mornings. They shape your frequency for the whole day. Use sound intentionally. Play music that lifts you. Not just what's trending, but what feels good in your body. Keep your space clear. Clutter holds stuck energy. A messy desk equals a messy mind. Clean one corner. Feel the shift. Speak kindly to yourself. Would you talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself? No? Then shift it. Use affirmations if they help, but make them honest. Not I'm rich if you don't believe it. Say I'm learning to manage my energy like the wealthy do. That's real. That works. Practice small gratitude, not just lists. Feel it. One deep breath, one kind person, one warm shower. Gratitude raises vibration instantly. Don't overconsume stimulation. Too much content, too many voices, too many tabs open. Your mind needs stillness to reset. Choose one teacher at a time. One focus, then act. Movement clears stuck emotion. Even a 5-minute walk shifts chemistry. If you feel heavy, move. If you feel stuck, write. If you feel numb, breathe. Stay out of the loop of constant reaction. Pause, choose, respond, repeat. Energy maintenance is daily work. Like brushing teeth, like charging a phone. You don't wait until you're drained to plug in. You top up regularly. You protect it, you invest it, you grow it, and you don't waste it on what doesn't multiply. Because in the next part, we'll dive into why arguing, debating, and proving your point is one of the fastest ways to. Arguing drains your energy, even when you win. Because the goal isn't truth, it's control. You're not trying to learn, you're trying to prove. And that's a trap. It pulls you into low-frequency states. Defensiveness, pride, judgment, frustration. Most arguments aren't about the topic. They're about identity. Who's smarter? Who's right? Who's dominant? None of that grows you. All of it shrinks you. You lose time. You lose clarity. You lose peace. You win nothing that matters. High-frequency people don't argue. They don't need to. They express. They observe. They move on. They don't need to be understood by everyone. They're too focused on alignment. Low-frequency people argue to be heard. High-frequency people listen to feel. There's a difference. If someone needs to be right, let them. You don't need to enroll in every disagreement. You don't need to attend every debate. Silence is powerful. So is walking. At the passive path, we treat arguments like spam email, unsubscribe, don't open, don't reply, just block and move. Your energy isn't for convincing, it's for creating. Every time you engage in pointless debates, you delay your progress. You leak your frequency. You turn focus into noise. Not every opinion deserves your reaction. Not every comment needs your defense. If it doesn't feed your vision, it's a distraction. Let people misunderstand you. Let them assume. Let them talk. You're not here to perform. You're here to align. You're here to grow. You're here to build. That takes quiet power. And quiet power doesn't yell. It doesn't argue. It doesn't chase validation. It chooses peace over pride. Progress over performance. Flow over friction. Let them be right. You keep rising, because in the next part, we're going deeper into the choice that defines every moment. You choose between fear and love. Not once. Every moment. Fear shrinks you. Love expands you. Fear makes you control. Love helps you release. Fear creates tension in the body. Love relaxes your system. Fear says hold on. Love says let go. Fear imagines the worst. Love trusts the unknown. These choices shape your frequency, and your frequency shapes your life. When you act from fear, you attract more fear. When you move from love, you open new paths. Fear says you're not ready. Love says you're learning. Fear looks at the gap. Love looks at the growth. Fear keeps you stuck. Love keeps you flowing. Fear sounds like overthinking, hesitation, self-doubt. Love sounds like clarity, calm, confidence. Fear avoids. Love acts. Fear fights. Love accepts. Fear judges. Love observes. You feel the difference in your chest, tight or open, heavy or light. Fear makes you need outcomes. Love lets you enjoy the process. You build wealth differently and you panic over losses. You chase numbers. You sacrifice joy. In love, you build patiently. You invest in value. You think long-term. You create with intention. You trust timing. You protect peace. At the passive path, we've learned this the hard way. Chasing from fear leads to exhaustion. Creating from love leads to freedom. Love doesn't mean fantasy. Love means alignment, integrity, presence. It means knowing why you're doing what you're doing, and letting that reason be stronger than your fear. This is the real work. Not just strategies, but energy. Not just tactics, but truth. You can feel it, right now. Close your eyes. Think of a decision you've been delaying. Are you stalling because of fear, or are you waiting because of love? Your body knows. It always knows. Start choosing love in small ways. Hold the door. Speak gently. Thank someone. Forgive. Pause. Smile. Move slow. These small acts shift your... Because in the next part, we'll explore how real wealth, the kind that lasts, doesn't start in your bank. Wealth begins inside. Not in your wallet, not in your job, not in your network, inside. In how you think, how you feel, how you show up when no one's watching. People chase money, but skip the mindset that holds it. They want passive income, but carry active chaos. They want abundance, but think in scarcity. They want freedom, but live in fear. You can't hold what you're not ready for. You can't attract what you don't believe you deserve. You can't build wealth if you vibrate lack. Real wealth is built on clarity, not confusion, calm, not urgency, vision, not noise. That's what draws opportunity. People feel it. Money responds to it. Ideas grow in it. You walk different when your mind is clear. You speak different when your values are stable. You decide faster. You worry less. That's real power. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's grounded. And it grows. At the passive path, we don't just build systems. We build selves. Because self-awareness without structure stalls. You need both. You need inner peace and outer structure. Inner certainty and outer execution. Inner alignment and outer action. This is how wealth grows in layers. Start with energy, then identity, then habits, then skills, then networks, then assets. Miss the first layer, and the rest fall apart. Don't try to skip to step 5. Return to step 1. Who are you becoming? What energy are you choosing? What state are you reinforcing? Because your state becomes your strategy, and your strategy becomes your story. You don't need to chase riches. You need to remove the noise. You don't need more hustle. You need more harmony. This is how wealthy people think, and this is how you build a life that lasts. Because in the final section, we'll bring it all together with a clear roadmap. So here's how to get started today. Step 1, protect your energy. Stop letting distractions control you. Turn off the news. Limit social media. Avoid toxic environments. Choose what you consume carefully. If it doesn't raise your frequency, remove it. Step 2, choose love over fear. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, am I acting from fear or love? If it's fear, pause. Shift your mindset. Love moves you toward peace, growth, and possibility. Fear keeps you stuck in reaction. Step 3, set your boundaries. Stop trying to fix everyone. Stop rescuing people who drain you. Be willing to walk away from low-vibe relationships. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, people who challenge you to be your best. Step 4, build a high-vibe morning routine. Start each day with silence, with movement, with intention. Hydrate first. Then fuel your mind with uplifting content. Work on something that excites you. Create before you consume. Step 5, focus on one thing at a time. Move forward every day, even if it's just a little. The more you align your actions with your energy, the faster everything shifts. Step 6, invest in your mindset. If you don't have clarity, nothing else matters. Work on your mental strength. Meditate, journal. Learn to stay calm in chaos. Trust your intuition. Step 7, align with your vision. Keep your long-term goals in mind. Break them down into small, actionable steps. Trust the process. Trust your timing. And most importantly, trust that you're building a solid foundation. Step 8, stay consistent. This is the key to all success. Consistency in your energy, your actions, and your mindset. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be persistent. Every day counts. Every shift matters. If you follow these steps, your life will start to change. It won't happen overnight, but if you commit to this process, the results will come. You will attract more opportunities, and most importantly, more peace. So get started today. The world is waiting for your energy. Your best self is waiting for you. If you've made it this far, you've already taken the first step toward changing your energy, your life, and your future. Remember, it all starts with you, the way you think, the way you feel, and the actions you choose to take every single day. If this video resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to The Passive Path for more content like this, and comment below to share your thoughts. I'd love to hear how you're going to start shifting your energy. And if you know someone who could benefit from this message, share this video with them. You never know who might need to hear it today. Good luck on your journey, keep aligning your energy, and keep moving forward. Feel free to watch other videos on the channel. There's plenty more where this came from. Until next time, take care,